Hello? Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay, can you hear me all right?
I can.
Okay, good. Well, to connect with you, this is Robin again from regarding the vocational evaluation.
Okay.
Thanks for your reaching out to me yesterday to get scheduled. I understand that there's an order in place to complete the evaluation, and I just wanted to get a chance to find a time that would be convenient for you and answer any questions you may have about the process as well.
Okay. Where do I have to come and how long will it take?
The initial interview appointment usually takes about 3 hours, and we knock all the big stuff out in that meeting. So we do the interview portion, we do if there's any career assessment or skills testing to be done. And then from there, follow-up information can usually be handled via phone calls or emails if there's anything missing or any additional questions for clarification or need for any medical records or any of that sort of stuff. So
Okay.
that initial appointment's kind of long, but we take a couple little breaks,
All
kind of get
right.
up and move around. And I typically will do those either in person with full mask protocol and distancing, or via Zoom. That's fine too, as long as you have a camera so that I'm able to see you while we're interviewing. Then I have one, of course, too.
Okay. Um, I was
So it's
gonna.
pretty flexible in that regard.
All right. I was gonna ask. What is this about exactly? Like, what is the point, the purpose in this?
Well, that's a good question. The purpose of the vocational evaluation is to help determine somebody's employability, whether they're able to work and what sort of work they might be skilled to do and what sort of market job opportunities are currently available, in the current economy. So the courts will typically use this to try to get a clear and unbiased understanding of what somebody's ability to work and earning capacity might be. So it's typically used to help set things like spousal support or child support or this or that. Um, and
You know,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think at the time this was ordered, I don't think the judge knew that I had a job, or maybe he just wasn't listening. Or I don't know, but I do have a job in my field of study, you
Uh-huh.
know, and I mean I work for a bank. I work at State Street Bank, and so like I don't understand, like I applied for lots of different places, and this place gave me a job doing something with hopefully career advance, but I mean the pay is the pay. So I don't understand like what more employability I can do, like I'm ideally I would love to make the salary she wishes that I would make for spousal support and child support, but I no one's paying me that right now.
Right, I understand. And the courts typically don't get too wound up in the specific, details of the personal path. What they're looking for is what is a reasonable expectation for the individual to make. So it's not uncommon for somebody to go through a vocational evaluation when they do have a job, when they're working. And the idea is to try to get, an objective picture of
And another
is
thing,
that
I'm
is that the best available option, or should we be looking at other options, or what other viable things might the individual do?
all right.
That's all they're looking for.
Okay, I understand
So,
that. I was gonna say though, geez, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
okay, let me know when you catch it again.
All right.
So I want to be clear though. I know that in any kind of divorce proceedings, it can get very contentious, and the clients and their attorneys are beating each other up and
Oh,
so
I know what I
on.
was gonna say. Okay.
But my role in all of this as the vocational evaluator is to just do a very dull and dry analysis of the situation, the individual skills, what are the market conditions, what kind of jobs are out there, and what are the possibilities.
And
So I just come up with viable vocational possibilities, and then they can use that information in various ways. But my role is not to be partial to one attorney or their client or the other attorney or their client.
So
And I make that very clear when they hire me. You
I was,
can't make me say something.
I was wondering, like, yeah, that's good. We keep it ethical. Like, that's good news. But I was wondering, like, just because I have college degrees, that just guarantees student debt. That doesn't guarantee employment, and that doesn't guarantee a certain salary. That just guarantees that
That's
I
true.
owe the government. And,
Right. I agree.
so, I mean, I'm a fund manager now for State Street Bank. I have a degree in business administration and public administration and financial planning. And I don't know what more, like, I can't just come in and say, hey, I have degrees, make me the president and pay me $1 million. I mean, like, I would love to do that, but that's not the case. And I haven't been working there for 20 years. So it's not like I get a annual incremental salary increase. So, like, it just seems like she's upset that, they only pay me $22 or whatever, they pay me. But at the same time, I mean, she's been at her job for like 20 years. And so, she started at $19, but now she makes like 50. And so, she thinks that because the way the math breaks down, that I'm not, I mean, I could see if I worked at McDonald's or something, or, and even minimum wage is $15. But, I'm really, trying to advance in my career, or, try to get my foot in the door. So, I mean, I'm doing the absolute best that I can. So, I mean, I would love to save her money and say, this isn't needed, because as I mentioned, when they filed it, they didn't know that I had a job. And then during court, it came, I told them, hey, since I spoke, since our last meeting, I do have a position, and this is what the position is, and this is what I do. And even the attorney was like, oh, wow, really? He does? Your Honor, we didn't know that he had a job. So I don't know how much it costs, but I know that she's able to, she's responsible for paying for it. And so, I don't know if this is just, really, feasible for her to pay for and everything to go, us to go through. I mean, I'm more than willing to. I'm just saying, like, I mean, if you can give me a job that pays me more, then I'm all ears. But I don't think that that's going to happen,
Right. I hear you, and I understand. Sometimes the court is just looking for somebody else to say all that. In other words, they can't just take the word of one party or the other party. And so what they're looking for is just an objective analysis of what is this individual able to do, and are they, working at their full capacity or not. And that is just sort of, like I said, a very dull and dried and analytical sort of objective,
But I mean,
like financial analysis, but with vocations and people instead.
Okay, but I mean, like, if I could make more money, I certainly would make more money. The fact that I make what I make has absolutely no bearing or no conditional reliance upon how it breaks down between me and her. As far as I'm concerned, me and her are two adults that decided we don't want to be married anymore, and so we've split paths. So, like, I mean, I didn't pause my life and say I'm just gonna not do anything. Like, I'm trying to better myself every chance I can, financially, mentally, every which way. So me going through all the stuff I've been through to try to get a well reputable job, and it's, a career that can lead somewhere using my degrees, like, I don't understand what more they want from me. I mean, like, ideally on paper, someone with, a master's degree or something should make, $1 million, whatever the case may be. But in reality, in these hard times and the way things are going, this is the reality of it,
I understand, and that's part of my job is to
right. So I'm just giving you a little bit of
and make
background
it clear for those guys.
Yeah, just give me a little bit of background.
Right, yeah.
Because I mean, if you would like to see, if it would help, I could, show different places I've applied to, I mean, whatever documentation I can do to support that, I've been consistently working my best and my hardest to get through not only the, situation of divorce, which is, traumatizing and, discouraging as it is, but also, still trying to move on, pick up the pieces and carry on And, I don't understand why something like this is necessary. But I do want to just let you know that I do have, I can support anything I'm saying with evidence, so if that would help make your assessment better, because I definitely want to cooperate in every way, but I'm just being honest. I don't know what the end goal would be, because if the end goal is you decide I can make more money and you can find me a job that makes me more money, then what are we doing? Let's work on applying for that job. But unfortunately, I don't think that you're gonna have that to say. And I already do work as hard as I can. So just trying to put that out there. So I mean, if that can save us some time, or help, maybe I can bring proof to the table or anything like that, I'd be more than happy to do that, and save her money in the meanwhile, and save us time, because I mean, this is kind of unnecessary. And at the time it was ordered, it wasn't, all the facts of my employment weren't really known, I think. So after considering that, I just wanted to make sure that you are aware of that.
I'm aware of that, but keep in mind that I don't make the decisions on that. So if you want to bring that to your attorney, if you have not already done so, then they can confer with the other attorney and see if they want to
No
call
problem.
it off or not.
No problem.
At
I
this
will do
point,
whatever is
it is
asking for me.
supposed to go forward. So my job again is just I'm Switzerland here. I'm
No
not
problem.
I'm not making any judgments or opinions about anybody. I'm just
Great.
going to
Okay.
go through the steps and do the standard analysis of what is the capacity and so on. And it could be that you are absolutely correct and all of that bears out in the report. And then I don't know what happens after that, because that from there, the attorneys pick that up. So my role is just to provide that unbiased analysis. That's all.
Okay. Well, I'm fully, willing to cooperate and do whatever's needed. And if there's any documentation needed to support anything, I'm more than willing to provide that. So I just wanted to, get that out there. So, whatever is needed of me, let's go ahead and do. So you said we can do Zoom, right?
We can do Zoom, I believe. It kind of depends on some of the testing and so on that I may need to do. If you can send me, how
about I come in?
If you can send me your your resume, CV, and things like that you can provide at this time, that will help me make a better determination about that. I think what we could do is go ahead and find a time slot, schedule it for Zoom, and if we need to do it in person, we can do that. The other thing sometimes that I'll do is I'll do part of the interview via Zoom and then just do the testing in person, so it's a shorter appointment. So I'm very flexible. There's different ways to get it done, as long as we get all the pieces in place. That's all.
Okay, sounds good to me. So let's go ahead and book a time slot then. When do you have available?
Okay, at this time I'm showing availability toward the end of June, so I've got Friday the 24th.
Okay, let's put that on there. And this is a Zoom appointment, right?
This would be a Zoom appointment at this time, yeah, and I'll let you know if that changes.
The 24th.
Can you do a 9:30? And we'd be 3 hours. It takes about 3 hours. I always block a little bit more just in case, but it should be about 9:30 to 12:30 or so.
Let's do 10, because I do have to work at first thing in the morning, so that'll give me time to get a good grip on the day, and then do whatever's needed for you, and also use part of my lunch break to make sure. Okay, so let's do that day, the 24th. If you can email me confirmation, that would be wonderful.
Okay. So if we're looking at 10 to 1, that would be a 3-hour chunk.
Mm-hmm.
And what is your email?
My email, let's send it to Brainy, and that's spelled BRAINNY, Bricks, BRICKS, @gmail.com. So that's brainnybricks@gmail.com.
Okay, so there's 2 N's.
Yes, 2 N's.
Okay.
at gmail.com. Did I say that?
At gmail.com. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Um,
All right. So you send me that. I'll
all
reply
right, and
to
you
it
can send me your
with my resume.
resume,
Yeah.
CV. Can you assemble a list of? You said you had other job applications that you had done.
Yeah, I can put a few of them there with you, so you can see.
Maybe email me some notes of how long you've been on your job and some details about your position. Maybe if you have a work, what's it called, like a job description, that might be helpful as well.
A job description of my
little
current
things like that
position?
we can, yeah, the current
Okay,
position.
I can do that.
Where did you work before State Street?
Prior to State Street, I gave entrepreneurship a shot, and I started a corporation, Brick Sales, and I did online sales for used products like returned merchandise. And then prior to that, I worked at UC Davis, both the hospital and the university, but that part's listed on my resume. So I will send you that over. I will reply to your email with that information, and anything else that you would like me to reply with, go ahead and drop it in that email so I can make sure I get it all covered to you.
Okay, all right, and I will also include some information just about the process and the confirmation for the email.
All right.
Let's see. All right. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I can.
Well, you can put it in the email or call me back, either one.
Right. Okay.
So, all right, I just wanted to let you know that I'm enthusiastic about, getting this process handled. And, if I'm agitated at any point, it's definitely not necessarily at you. It's just the process. Divorce is stressful on anybody who undertakes it. And, that's neither here nor there. But I did want you to know that I'm, fully cooperative. And, if this is what we need to do, let's just do it and get it done with.
Okay, fair enough. Good. So I will send you a confirmation, and then in the meantime, if you can gather some stuff like your resume and CV and list of job apps and that sort of thing, that would be very helpful.
All right.
And I look forward to meeting you virtually on the 24th.
Okay.
Be sure to have a camera on your system so that we can have at least pseudo eye contact.
We will. Okay, certainly will. Not a problem.
Do the best we can.
Yeah.
And watch the world change before us.
Okay. Well, thank you, and we'll just take care of it on that day. So I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right. Bye bye.